Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Obviously, a lot to discuss here with the Pittsburgh Steelers and, obviously not executing in this game against the Green Bay Packers. They had a lot of opportunities, obviously a lot of overthrown balls, surprisingly considering that Ben has no arm anymore, according to everybody that watches football. But, one thing that needs to be addressed, I think, to me personally, has to be Matt Canada. His offensive scheme just clearly is not working and needs to switch things up. Apparently, he said he was going to stick to the same game plan, and that's what he did. And obviously the offense is not working in that game plan, so I think that means it's time to change things. Defense looked a little shaky out there. I know a lot of guys are coming back from injury, so it's their first game back with that. Special teams obviously looked great. I think that blocked field goal for the touchdown should have stood and was a big momentum change in that game. Taking away that touchdown, them getting those points, overall just didn't work out for us. This team is definitely better than their record shows. Personally, I still believe so. I have faith in this team. Is this team going to go anywhere if they were to even make the playoffs? No, I don't think so. But things aren't looking good. Luckily enough, the AFC just in general sucks this year, and they still, obviously, if season ended right now, they'd be one game out of the playoffs. But one thing's for sure, things do have to be changed. Obviously, the offensive line, I think they need to rotate more people. I know Dotson was on, the line right there being, hey, BJ Finney could be taking his spot. Okorafor was out with a concussion. So, those are guys that I think have been our weakest point of our offensive line. Hopefully Zach Banner's going to be back this season. He has, I think, another 16 days to come off the IR, or he's not going to be able to play at all this season. So hopefully we get him back. And again, I think maybe if we're all in this year, and apparently it doesn't seem that way anymore, not the way that they've been playing, they have to go out and go get another offensive lineman. I think that would be their best bet. Secure that O-line, be able to block for Ben, try to solidify that run game. And honestly, the run game, for as many times as Najee rushed yesterday, he looked good. I don't understand why we didn't keep with it. I know that they were down in the second half of that game, which had to be the reason why Ben was throwing more. He had 40 passes again yesterday, which isn't the worst. It could be a lot, it could be a lot worse considering the fact that, he had 58 the week before. But overall, not losing faith completely yet on this team. I am definitely, the towel is in my hand, getting ready to be thrown. Listen, it sucks. We're not used to this. We haven't had a losing season since the year that Ben was drafted. Actually, really the year before Ben was drafted, in 2003. But I think sometimes it's just records need to come to an end. And realistically, it just sucks that I think a lot of this is really being put on Matt Canada, and his offensive scheme just does not work for a quarterback like Roethlisberger, and I don't think it's going to work for a quarterback on this roster just in general. And I just don't think Rudolph is the answer. Dwayne Haskins is not the answer either. I know people are saying they should just start him now, get this over with, just bench Ben. And listen, Ben gives us the best options, but we're not trying out a quarterback for the future on this team. I wouldn't think so anyway, but that's just me. But overall, offense, honestly, they did look a little bit better. I know not yardage-wise, but just the fact that, just in general, they looked better last week. I know they got a tough game against Denver next week, and we'll see what happens. Denver's a game that we have to win. They have a great defense, so we'll see what happens. But overall, we can't quit on this team. Obviously, I know it's hard to say that right now because they look like complete dog shit, but it is what it is. Have faith, Steelers Nation, and here we go.